Hello, good day to each and every one of you. I hope everyone and their families are doing quite well. So today, for life issues, which is Abrabo Mu Nsem, we're going to discuss the four principles of self-development strategies, which is going to be learn, execute, grow, or grow, I should say, grow and sustain. Mhm. So that's what we're going to discuss today. It's going to be an open talk. So everyone's comments, productive comments are welcome. On this platform, we come to teach and learn from each other. There's no insult or any form of disrespect. We need to be able to respect one another's opinion. If someone says something or share their opinion and you do not understand that, you feel free to ask questions and have better understanding. Don't start disrespecting anyone because that's not what we're here for. People who are quick to disrespect and insult, lack of knowledge, lack of emotional intelligence, lack of effective communication, and so many other positive aspects. We don't want that. We want to be able to gain something from here and other educative platform and leave here or others, with something to be able to utilize later on uh, with our decision making, relationship, marriages, work, career choices, and so forth. All right. So we welcome each and every one of you. Let me do this. Let me share before. If I don't, then I will forget um, to do so later on, and then I'll have to do it after the fact. Yeah. So let me just do that first. um, Invite friends and share the program for me as well. Like, love, use whatever emojis. Obaka, Obaka Nana Araba Yema Kwaba. Welcome, welcome, sis. I want to say. Oh, Sofo and I come live on Saturdays. Fridays is just me. Fridays is just me, and Fridays is mostly English. Sometimes I mix them, but I speak mostly English. Every once in a while, I'll speak Chi, mostly Chi, and then Saturday is with some Koso, which is marriage lesson. Um, and that one we speak Chi, mainly Chi. Yes. Good evening to you as well. Ghana to say. And Ghana to say. Yeah, so Suffer will use more of like the grace. Hello? Hello? Oh, okay. Go to Agrodomens talk show. I'm going to share it on my personal page, so you should be able to. Okay, no problem. Okay, you're welcome. Bye. Uh-huh. Yes, yes, that's true. That's true. Yes. Softball only comes on Saturdays. Yeah. So let me just put this here. Uh, okay. So we're going to talk about the four principles of self-development strategies, which is something that many of us have, spoken about it in different aspects. But for today, the psychological terms that, like um, studies uses and stuff is like having the four in one. But then, also giving a lot of like, tools, techniques, or with personal experiences and other people's knowledge, put it all together. Sister Shaila Amajo Adamson, Mihuwacho, welcome, my dear. Akwaba. So we just need to be able to uh, figure things out our own. Once you learn something, we always speak in terms of uh, taking time to process it, right? And then once you process it and you have better understanding before you go to the next level. So the when it comes to the four principles of self development strategies, the first one is to learn, right? In order for you to even establish anything, you have to learn it. So when wuntimi and move on to the next step, because wunsua hwee nti etire no biribiara ni hɔnom a wokɔ implement nti ɛyɛ sɛ wosua adesua deɛ wobɛgya adesua a na wawu afiri wiase. To stop learning, you be dead. You'll be no longer living in this world, right? No more breathing on this earth. Once you die, then you stop learning. But as long as you are living, breathing, you need to learn new coping skills. What does new coping skills do for us? It's going to how do you reprogram our mindset? Because at any age, most times, we are recommended to teach our children tools and techniques, things that they will grow up with. So if you are born to a parent, single parent or parents, all right, or into a family who do not have any form of knowledge or wisdom, or if they are illiterate now, you are in trouble because they're only going to teach you what they know. What they know may not be up to standards or up to societal norm, right? But sometimes societal norm is the worst that you can also learn. You have to look from other angle and other aspect, because the things that, but most times when we grow up in our home, we don't grow up outside until we get to second age before we start learning from other people outside our home. Because back home, when you get to certain age, like by 6 you should be in school. And when you go to school, what is being taught to you by your teachers, or by your classmates, people around you outside home, you're also going to pick up on that. However, if you come from a good upbringing and good foundation teaching tools, now you will be able to pinpoint what is beneficial and what is not beneficial. Like, what are some of the things that you need to do, and what are some of the things that you don't need to do. You may have teenagers, or preteens, when they have certain friends. Sometimes you may have a friend who is really good at convincing, charming you by talking you into going out with an older man, because the older man has money, and because the only thing that you can think of is money, because you don't have any other knowledgeable skills, or you don't have critical thinking. You don't think deep and use your emotional intelligence. The only thing that grabs your attention is the money that you're going to obtain. So you can be easily manipulated or influenced to go and start engaging in sexual activities. Meanwhile, if you have the tools that you need given to you by your parents or your family members, you will be able to pause for a minute and think through it. Be proactive and think through it. Okay, first of all, as a preteen or a teenager or someone who is in school, a student who is not ready to have a child, by going to have unprotected sex, you're going to get pregnant. And once you get pregnant, at some point you need to drop out of school. We don't have a lot of males dropping out of school. Majority of the time, we have females dropping out of school, because when a male and a female um, have sexual intercourse, without protection, any form of protection, is the female that gets pregnant. The male does not get pregnant. So they can go about their day and do whatsoever without having to worry about uh, feeding another person growing inside you. So, yes, that's you right. You're right, sister. Nana, but you are definitely right. Yes. Uh, Greetings, Rami. How are you doing? So, many times, we talk about learning and learning and learning. You have to learn. You can't say I like the way that I am. I was not taught like that. You're not going to be taught about every single thing growing up. That's why we have brains sitting in our head, and to learn as you go. When you go to school, some people's school is not for them, so they will drop out. But when you look at some businessmen, right, their thinking process, like, a lot of them are very critical thinkers. They and they have emotional intelligence. It's only a few of them who does certain things, and who sometimes will get a manager, or, like, have someone um, strategic strategic manager, someone who is going to, like, outline things for them, to relieve them from using this brain, too much, thinking too much, which is good, because they have the sense, the knowledge to hire someone to do certain things that they know they're not in certain areas that they know they're not good at, right? For the person to help them. The ones, who do not learn and execute, grow, and sustain are those who defraud other people, right? When we have businessmen and we have con men. Businessmen and con men are two different people, because con people are those who will prey on people who have worked hard, those who have learned things to establish themselves, to achieve things. And then you have the con man comes in, and use their charms and other things to steal from you, right? However, the more things that we learn in life, our mind expand, our thinking process expand. We don't trust easily. You're going to learn to trust people, but as time goes, you're going to grow to question every single thing. And then, in terms of social media, I'm live now. You guys are here. Later on, other people are going to see this video, and some people can still, share their opinion. And then you all sometimes you may have one or two people who may not understand where you're coming from, especially when you're discussing something. You have open talk, and you say certain things. What your description might be, it may be received in a negative aspect, because if someone is doing exactly what we're talking about, they take it upon themselves. So at times people go to other people's platforms, right? Because on social media, we are all entitled to speak our mind, to share our opinion, right? So if I post something at Adra Odomensa Talk Show or in my personal page, Adra Odomensa, and the reason why I post it, I want people to be able to also see that and learn something from it, or ask questions, or also share their opinion regarding the post that I have put up, right? Or let's just say we have a celebrity, or like, a singer, um, whomsoever, someone who is a public figure, uh, who some who have like maybe, okay, why you have scandal, or like, a situation. Let me take Yvonne Nelson's book for instance. Yvonne Nelson wrote a book regarding her trauma experience that she went through and everything, and we have so many of our outstanding sisters and brothers, and then we have other people, Yanomon. So they all discuss, everybody discussed uh, their opinion, right? They came and spoke because it's a free platform. You don't buy the person's unique for them. You don't buy the person internet. Everyone came to talk about their opinion, how they feel. But a lot of people came on social media with a lot of emotions. Many of them spoke with so much emotions, they ended up, disrespecting people that they shouldn't have disrespected. Because if I post something and I'm supporting Yvonne Nelson, or I post something and I'm supporting Sarkodie, right? It's okay for anyone to come onto the post and comment, share their opinion. What is not okay is for anyone to come and start insulting the person, the owner of the post, because she's sharing her opinion. So you coming in to insult the person, to disrespect the person, that is very poor characteristic, because a lot of times, what you are saying is that the person who posted whatever it is that they posted, you are more intelligent than that person because you don't agree with the person. But it doesn't work like that. You cannot tell the person that they shouldn't be posting that. If you feel that they shouldn't be posting that and you don't agree with it, you have two choices. You can choose to scroll by, to walk away and not say nothing or not react to it. Then you can go to your page and post your own. As simple as that can be. But sometimes I feel like some people, they don't have that capacity, the emotional intelligence, because a lot of times, right, you can tell someone that they don't have the right to share what they feel, because what that person feels, some of us might feel related to Yvonne, others might feel related to Sarkodie. And it's fine. It's perfectly fine, because you know what? Most of the time, no, we each go through things and we have different feeling, because something that might be traumatized to me, others may not think it's a big deal. But for me, it will be the biggest deal, because it has affected me emotionally, psychologically, and physically. Some people can get they can get sick, physically sick, because of the trauma that they experience. A lot of times we have flashbacks when situation happen. Now you have flashback, even like if you're talking to friends or a partner, the partner is not going to hit you, but they move closer to you, you put your hands up, like this, you fear that the person is gonna hit you, and the person may not even have that thought in their head, right? So a lot of times, we say learn, the letter L, to learn. It's very important for us to learn things. Something that you don't know, you have to learn it. And Google is my friend. Go to Google. Things that you don't understand, even sometimes vocabulary words, we've been to college, university, you'll be like, what the hell? How do you pronounce this right here? And we just have to be mindful that on social media, we have layers and levels, different categories, different people. We have elderly, we have adults, we have mid-age, we have um, teenagers, we have preteens, we have how you may call it, young lady, the new generation. We have a lot of generations up there. So, like, a lot of times, some of us, I'm not sure your outbringing, but sometimes we have people who have been raised right. However, their adult decisions, based on the people that they roam with, they associate themselves with, they tend to copy or adapt their other people's poor characteristic, right? And then they implement it. And once they implement it, right, they're going to grow with it. Instead of learning positive things that will be more beneficial, right? That will also help other people to grow. No? They will knock that aside and learn the negativity, the things that will not heal anyone. It will actually victimize victims. When people share their story on social media, for me, I stay neutral, because I cannot say with a definite assurance that I know what that person is going through. I was not there. So we can never know what that person is going through. So whatever the person is saying, as to whether or not the person is speaking the 100% truth, or 70, 30, 60, 40, 50, 50, 80, 20, 90, 10, I cannot say. But a lot of times, if you are someone who pays attention to facial expression, physical body posture, hand gestures, and hey, me can hand gestures, I one leg and I bet to me 3 more. Let me read comments and acknowledge everyone. I welcome each and everyone. Oh my goodness gracious. When I answer. Okay, so our sister Nanaraba said learn in order to implement. We learning every day. It is a continuous process, which is so true. Like, you can never stop learning. It just keep going and going. What you learned yesterday, not everything is going to stick, but you have to identify the key aspect, the key words, the things that will be more beneficial. Because sometimes you may listen to someone, they might talk, and then you only get within 10 minutes. You only get one tiny bit information that you can use, right? And that's quite okay. Sometimes it becomes overwhelming. I'll be like, I don't even know what this person is talking about. It's not going to be benefiting me. So I'm just going to go. Thank you, Rami, for the stars. Sisaya, for the Atobra, our Autoba, welcome. Yamuakwaba says, uh, question. Question is, do we want to? Sister, that's the problem. That's a good question. Do we want to? The question is, do we want to learn? Why don't people want to learn? Because learning is something that a lot of people cannot absorb the information. So once they're not able to retain everything that they put in here, they feel like, school is not for them. So I'm just going to depend on my man or my wife or my family to think for me. And then when that comes now, they're giving their power away to other people to dictate for them. And then when things go south, then they're going to blame the family members or the parents, right? A lot of times we need to, when you learn new coping skills, you are more inclined to learn to let things go. You don't hold on to your bad past experiences because you have so many other tools. You can reach into your bag and pull something that you need. Okay, with this situation that I'm dealing with, I don't agree with this person. How best can I engage with this person without disrespecting that person or disrespecting myself, right? Or limiting myself, settling for less. Because people who lack of so many coping skills are quick to insult, are quick to disrespect because they don't have anything valuable to bring forth, which is bad. I used to have anger management problem. My anger was up to the roof. Like you say one thing to me, if you, this is how I put it. In many cases, when it comes to snakes, and I'm speaking to Ghanaians because in America most people have snakes. They have garden snakes, and snakes as a pet. But for me, where I'm from, if I see snake, I go run. Mm-mm. I'm not going to stick around. Crah. I'll I will take off. And that's like, back home when you see snakes, the snake will try to get away from you. And the human will try to get away from the snake. Unless you step on the tail of the snake, then it's gonna bite, right? Or isn't this a fact? Or I'm just making it up. Eti na da bi obi ka sɛ woantia obi dua so a ɔnka wo, right? So like with my anger management, that's the things why me come here menka. I don't bring myself to you. I don't just come and start an argument or a fight with you, but mostly people whom I had disagreement with or like verbal altercation with were people who, attacked me first, came at me first. And when you're not mature and you're not you don't have a lot of knowledge, you are quick to be pulled into that type of unhealthy uh, conversation or argument or like situation. And I personally do not like to be in an unhealthy situation because it does not add on. It actually literally take things away from me. So what I have learned, I'm not just going to allow anybody to take it away from me. But one thing that learning coping skills have I'm able to sustain, I do not give my power away to people to control me. I'm in control of my life. My decision making, if there is some things that I'm not really like optimistic about it or I'm unsure about it, then I will talk to my loved ones, friends that I trust to get their opinion on it, some suggestions. And then with the suggestions, if I feel compared to what I have in mind, if it's close enough, then I'm going with mine. Or, like, so it's a whole lot of things. We just need to learn. So the first principle of the four principles of self development strategies is to learn things. Oh my goodness. Areas that you're not good at, you need to learn. So, Obapa Nanaraba said, in life, we learn as we go. Knowledge is gained in bits. Of course, it can be done in one day. It is the consistency and the application thereof that makes it worthwhile. Thank you. I salute. Obapa Nanaraba. Now, mommy, to say. That is so very true. Sometimes people feel, say, when they learn something at once now, that's the end of it. No, 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 no. Um, Practice makes improvement. When you learn something new now, don't expect to master in overnight or a month from now. You have to put it in practice for the rest of your life. If you cannot put it in practice for the rest of your life, then it's not worth it you saying anything about it, because is bad, And so when you do go to somebody's platform and you don't agree with the person, you can choose to leave or ignore it. Just let it be, right? Waka pass is allowed, or drink water and mind your business. Simple. Simple. Abba. Hi. Abba, thank you. Welcome everybody. Sister Sage Williams, Yamawakaba Obapa. Sister Belinda Jare, so Yamawakaba. About Montas and share more opinions and so thank you, Rami. Sister for that. Most don't know that. They just spew out without thinking things through. And this is one of the major problems within our Ghanaian community. Like at times, like like when Facebook, started becoming popular and popular, like I was like browsing through social media like almost throughout the whole day. There were days that I do not even get 3 hours sleep. I will browse, and then by the time I fall asleep, I only get an hour and a half or 2 hours, because I was trying to like listen to almost everyone. But then I came to realize that okay, like it's not every platform that I need to be on. I have to be selective, because you see, the selectiveness comes when one acquire knowledge, wisdom, critical thinking, and emotional intelligence, because I was able to identify which platforms were healthy for me and which platforms were not healthy. Um, there was a platform that I was familiar with, and the contents being shared was like very positive and encouraging. But as time went on, it changed. For some reason, it changed. It did a complete 390 degrees turnaround, whereas it became more negative than positive. And I said to myself, okay, as much as I love and care for people, myself, and I want to be able to be supportive, but if this is where uh, the content is going, I can no longer support that. And that's the decision. That's a decision that I made based on what I have acquired. And like, and there are some things that you can go and observe, but you don't have to share, because by listening to it, if I'm not able to get much from it, I'm not going to share. Mm-mm. If I feel it's not going to help, like when I do programs, I think about my children. I have a 20-something-year-old, I have a 15-year-old, and soon to be a 13-year-old. I have nephews, nieces, from age um, 3 and up. So I have to think through, like, how, what would they get out of my programs? Would it be beneficial for them, or would it not? So I always think through things before I come live. I cannot, when it comes to sex things, I mean, at some point they're going to grow up and they're going to engage in sexual activities. So it's something that they will learn as they age. My kids, when I do program, they hear, so they hear me talk. At times, after I finish, I will talk to them. I'll be like, okay, what did you think about mommy's topic of discussion today? And they give me some insight, because I want to make sure that, I'm doing more teaching and learning more than, just losing the sight of the purpose of my goal, right? My goal is to teach and learn from each other, to increase, to add on, me to add on. I'm not looking to take nothing out, so I'm not going to expose myself to things that would take things from me, and that's my motto. I'm not going to do that. So, Sister, you are so very right. A lot of times, as I said, excuse me, as when it comes to social media, like, and it got worse during the pandemic. During the pandemic, you have people who likes to be outside, roaming around, browsing, getting some fresh air. And it got to a point we were all isolated. There was time that the only thing you can go out is to go and do grocery. You cannot drive around, and it was a lot. You are a grown adult, even children, it affected our children also. We were all cooped in the house. So when you are cooped in the house and you don't have nothing to do, the only place that you can come and vent and do things, other things, were on social media, other platform. And there was so many unhealthy things going on social media. There was like a time for me, I normally, like, it says that I'm on, but sometimes I don't log out. So I'm on, but I'm actually working. There was a lot happening. And you have people, like, people doing this. We had some women showing other women's, genital area, their breasts and all that. And I said to myself, at what point are some people going to go to get views? Like, you want to climb up by putting others down, pull down syndrome, by disrespecting your own kind. How? Where did we go wrong? When you go to Abrabo's platform, they're doing so many things, businesses, like encouraging other people, like their own kinds and other people. And then when you go to our people's platform, it was mainly negativity, like 95% of it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is not healthy. I have to like limit platforms that I go on. Limitation. I limited to, like, like, very, it went from this to this. That's how far I went, just to kind of, because I can't have my own problems or struggles and bring somebody else's to myself. No, it's not going to be good, because I don't do that. But then, you have some people, when they go on social media, they're just looking for trouble, looking to cause trouble. So they go to somebody's platform, you post something because you were in the mood, and you post something for people to come and share their wisdom. And then you're going to have one or two people who will come there and insult you, like they born you, like you are their child, like they have better common sense than you. Eh? Between the two, the one that posted, like sometimes I said to myself, I ask questions sometimes, like if you have someone insulting another person because of what they post or what they share, right? And then they have supporters. Who is the dumb one? Who is the dumber? And who is the dumbest? I asked these three questions. So the dumb, dumber, dumbest. Out of the three, who is who? Because you want to share your opinion. I want to share my opinion. Another person wants to share their opinion. We all three of us, or we, everybody have their thinking process. Nobody agrees with the other. So we all intelligent, right? But if someone says something that you feel you don't get it, or you feel it's not appropriate, you feel is disrespectful, you feel, use your words. Let them know this one right here, I don't agree with it. Just, I do not agree with it. Leave it as that. The person will understand. After you say, I don't agree with it, all the other words that come, Pasia, with Jimmy, is unnecessary. Umami is unnecessary. Everything else that comes, I disagree with this statement. Or better yet, ignore it. Walk away. Don't say nothing. Because if I want to start, discussion, I will come and say, I don't agree with this. And then they will ask me, which part you don't agree? And then I'll be like, well, the whole thing, or the second part, or the first part, I don't agree with it. This is what I think. This is my personal opinion. So we learning from one another. We literally having effective communication. But when you come and you insulting, you're not having effective communication. You're not spilling out intelligence, no intelligence, right? You're not thinking critically. So you have to be able to be considerate to yourself and other people. Just because it said the person is not supporting the side that you are not, you don't have any right to insult. We feel things and understand things differently. Most certainly, but feeling things and understanding things differently, one still does not have to insult. You can share your opinion. I don't understand why some people feel that it's necessary to insult and disrespect. You can speak up your mind because we encourage for people to talk. Share your personal opinion. Talk it out. However, you have to be respectful, and it's not your page, it's not your platform. You have to be respectful to you and everybody else there. Why can't people just understand a simple, basic direction? Why? It's so difficult for people. Common sense is not so common after all, because common sense is actually basic, fundamental sense, right? It's basic. Every single person have common sense. Even animals have common sense. Because if you have a dog with you and you're walking in the middle of the road and the dog sees fire in the middle of the road, I use this all the time. That dog will stand back, assess the situation, move to one side, move to the other, and have the common sense, the basic fundamental sense to walk away, to turn around and go back to where they coming from. But we have some humans, they see the fire in the middle of the road, they will walk closer, they will go here and say to themselves, say, I think, say, I will be able to go past by going through this side. And then once they get burned now, they say, is the witches and the warlocks in their family or see fear before. When you so again, the way you're supposed to use it. One year and quetry, one adult pay, and I see a jay, ubet me afa home. A dance where there are a bomb from a inflamet me bo and a timmy shift to cover. Yeah. When there's fire now, the wind can blow it to whichever side. How do you know the side that you think is safe? You know, that's where the wind is going to direct the fire to go. It can cut on your clothes, your hair, like any part of your body. But a dog have the common sense to assess it and turn around and leave. Humans who acquire knowledge, have wisdom, will also assess and turn around and leave. Those who like it the way that they were not taught like that, you know. They will try to find a way to cross because from the place that they left to where the fire is in the middle of the road, you know, it's too long for them to go back. So they would rather risk it and go through something that may not be so beneficial for them because they refuse to learn anything new. Learning new things, you know, help you advance to the next level. So you don't stay in your comfort zone. Don't stay in your comfort zone. You have to learn to move on. So yes, we do feel and think differently, but when you are emotional, do not make any comment on anybody's platform or say anything. Just just look through and bypass. Send you sit an alaba kind waka pass. It's not by force for you to do that, right? So that's a lot of things that some people don't, they don't get it, and they make life harder for themselves. You know, this I say, yeah, so okay. Let me say, but all I can say is that you and you correct me when I'm wrong. There are some things I don't know how to express myself with it, but rather I express myself with anger. And thank you for being honest, Rami. This is something you have spoken about, having anger management, and like you have attended anger management classes, right? But for some reason, you continue to engage in conversation situation that you should not be engaging in, especially like on social media, like, and you have expressed, if someone disrespects you, you disrespect them back. But there has been some instances the person has not disrespect you, but you make a statement or say something that will be disrespectful to the other person. So You have to learn to be conscious of yourself, or like your level of anger. Because when you are angry at any point in our life, sometimes you might be filled with love, lots of love. Even you have to pause about things that you say, because you may end up saying something that you shouldn't be saying. If you are in a relationship or you are married, you might see someone. When I see friends and families, pictures, and posts and stuff, sometimes, most of my comments, you will see two hearts in the back. At times, you see 4, 6, or a lot more. The reason why, but with two heart is the most that I give to both male and female friends. The reason why I do that, and then I have hashtag one love, right? One love together. The reason why I do that, I say that to almost everyone. So I'm not gonna have another guy thinking that I have some feelings for that person. I have to be really careful as to people that I use such certain words with, okay? Because I'm a married woman. I don't want my husband feeling in a way say, oh, okay, when it comes to so and so pictures now, the words that I'm using, I don't want to confuse anybody. I don't want trouble. Some people want trouble, right? I don't want trouble. So I try my very best, to be the same way to almost everyone, right? And that's just me. That's the decision that I have made for myself because of some coping skills, tools that I have learned over the years. It has helped me a lot. So one cannot go say, oh, Sister Ado don't love me more than you. Once I have love for you, I have love for you. Equal love. There, there might be some of us, some of you that I have more love for, but I do it the same way because I don't want anybody feeling certain way and then having a dislike to this person because they feel like they all that. Because every before they do that, they create the problem when there's no problem. They find one and create it just to make someone miserable. Misery likes company, right? Mhm. So learning is really good. So we're gonna move off from learning, and then we're gonna go to, but like when it comes to expressing yourself, it's good to express your feelings. It's good to share your opinion, but make sure say you cut off the disrespect, the insult part. You know, say what you're feeling. Seeing this post, I'm feeling uncomfortable with this post. I don't agree with this post, and this post is making me more angry because I don't think it's right for anyone to say things about another person. I was not there, but in my personal opinion, I I support this one. I don't support that one. you know, be considerate of other people's feelings. You might be feeling certain way, but the other person is feeling certain way. So we can't just go and tell people, you shut up, you can't speak up. I can speak up, you can't speak up. Who are you to tell me that I cannot express myself? I need to be able to express myself. If I keep things inside, I'm going to go mad. God gave us our mouth to learn better coping skills, open communication, effective communication, active listening. People who see other people's posts and they come and read the comments and then they go their way. The person that posted it may not even know that you have seen it because you did not make a beep. You did not like it. You did not show any, uh, use any emojis. You did not comment anything. So it's a whole lot. Um, And when you learning, other people are telling you some of the things that needs to be done, you need to practice it more for you to get better. Even sometimes some people, like, disrespect you on social media, you don't necessarily have to respond them. For me, I have to pick and choose. There are some people, when they say certain things, I will redirect. If they keep, I will just block, because you're not obligated to be friends with everybody, anybody. Obapa Nana Araba says, life is a school, and some of us are lazy. Mhm. Looking for fast results, don't want to go through the process. Instant coffee generation. Imagine a 35-year-old woman with 5 kids living below the minimum wages and still giving birth. They just don't want to learn that they matter and have the choice of making decisions themselves. Oh, sister. Oh, dear Lord. Nyame nhyira wo. Nokura asɛm turodo na waka ato wo no. This is plain truth. The truth is the only one. You living on minimum wage, so you would think, say, you don't have the financial stability to take care of more kids. You're not using any form of protection, because some people may say it's against their religion, right? So if it's against your religion now, then what must happen? The two of you need to limit your sex activities, right? But when you have some people who lack of knowledge, right, illiteracy, in their mind, my husband likes to have sex. So if I limit how much sexual activities that I give my husband, he's going to have a side chick. So to avoid my husband going to have a side chick, I'm just going to give it, and I'm just going to keep on having children. Whereas to a point, then, having 3 meals in a day is going to be a problem, and then having 2 meals in the day, 2 meals in the day is going to be a problem. So you end up eating once a day, and sometimes even eating once a day becomes an issue, and then you will have to start begging for other people to help you, or then start insulting the government because the government asks you to have more kids, right? You made a individual decision, or as couple decision, to have more kids, but now you don't have enough money to take care of yourself and your family. The government becomes the person who created the problem. So, like, I rest my case with the common sense explanation. Basic fundamental sense. Yes. So Anara said, "Ma, my daughter are fine. Okay, they were discharged. Oh, thank you. That's wonderful. Praise be to God. My prayers today goes to women who are succeed. May God grant you all the strength you need. Emmanuel, God is with you. Amen. Amen. Yeah. Our condolences. Have to reach out. Papa Nana says sometimes we just have to let people have the last word. Yes, 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 yes. Ours is to learn to strike a balance between answering a fool according to his folly, or not answering at all. Like scripture says, choosing our battles is an art. Chai! Ay, 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 some more, Charlie. No be smart things that give you a question. Something about I am more clever. Hey, that is very true. Charlie, sister Aisha Ankara, I am more clever. Oh, welcome, 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 everybody. This is, hey, oh Lord. Hmm. This is like plain truth, for sure. at times there are situations that comes upon us or brought to us, or we stumble upon on social media. Sometimes you may make a comment and someone, because of their thinking process, so, and their feelings, they will take it as something else without asking questions. That's what I don't get. What is wrong with people asking questions? Ask the questions, like, seriously. Once you ask the question, the person might be more obliged to explain it more, because if someone comes on talking, they will be able to share more information than, you know, typing, writing it in comments, because they may have more to say and you understand them more. I remember last week or last 2 weeks, Sofo was doing some teachings, and Obapa Nanaraba said something, and I made my assumption, but she was able to come on and explain it more. So once she came and mentioned the things that she meant, we were able to like grasp where she was coming from and literally learn more with her coming on to speak about what she meant than us reading the comments. So it's like, it's really important for us to do that. But for sure, like when it comes to like teaching, or like learning things, it's always important to like, balance it out. Because if you do not balance it out and you can choose to answer the food. I'm going to this, no, no, but to say, most of us know that a fool cannot teach a wise person nothing at all. But two fools together, they will understand each other. Like they know, they get each other, right? But like, when they hear someone who is wise speaking, you become their enemy because they feel like you think you order. It's not that the person thinks they order. They have knowledge. So like they have advanced. And no matter what you do, thank you, Kay, for sharing. And once you do that, I mean, a lot of times when you have a food, right? Fools always like, what are some of the common area that fools fall into or they participate in the most? Gossiping, they are liars, they are con people, cheaters. Should I keep going? Okay, welcome. You're gonna give me some filler. They be, like, they defraud, they do so many things, they hurt people all the time. Some are pathological liars. They lie so much, it gets to a point they literally believe the lies that they say over the truth. No matter what, in their mind, they have programmed their mind to believe their lies instead of programming their mind by learning new coping skills, and then to execute that and grow with that. So like when it come in terms of learning that, once you learn something, you need to take time to like process it, have better understanding. The ones you don't understand, ask questions, and then retain them. Once you have the understanding, then you're going to execute it, you're going to implement what you have learned. Practice makes improvement. Once you keep implementing as time goes on, because something you don't know, once you become aware of it and you start doing it, it becomes a routine. Like for instance, the exercise I've been doing for the past 91 days, right? Now, like my body has gotten used to the pain, because the first 3 weeks my whole entire body was aching. It was so painful. My shoulders, my neck, my back, my legs, every part of my body was hurting. Walking and getting up was painful. I have to tell you guys. It was really painful. Like, Kay, like to get up, if Kay's sitting next, I have to put my hands in there and I'm like, I need your help. And then he'd be like, you got to push it, and, he encouraged me. And gradually, I was able to, like, my body got adjusted to the new routine because it was something new. But my goodness, the first couple weeks, it was not easy at all because my body was not used to exercising on the daily basis. But now I can do it like nothing, like eating rice ball and palm soup. Now I can push my leg up. Oh, hey, I can go up and like my movement has changed completely. So like this is something that I learned. I read through some things. I went on social media, observed some trainers, some of the training that they doing, and then I implement my own because some of them, the level that they at, I know if I try that, I might break something. So I'm taking it easy. So I'm losing weight gradually. And some of the fat that I have, I'm building that into muscles. Yeah. So that's what's up. So I have, I set my expectation and goals, and the routine. I implemented the routine. And once I learn it, I execute it. You see, I have executed it. So as time goes on, I'm growing. It's going. So things are going really well. I am very proud of me, and the love that I have, even on social media, like, I have you guys, some of you guys sending me a lot of positive encouragement. So it motivates me, it helps motivate me. And I love the fact that those who have not a lot of people don't say nothing because they come and observe, and go about the day. But we all can do it if we put our mind into it, because I I put on so much. Like this top, when I used to wear it, there was no, you see there's space here, right? Before it was like so tight up here. When I wear it, I have to like it was too tight, right? But I wasn't, there was no like, it wasn't loose up here, but now I have space in there. And that's something, new. Some of you, you see that I have slimmed down a little bit. I still have a couple to go. My birthday next month is less than 1 month. So I'm going to try my very best to like tone down the dress that I want to wear. I'm going to put it on maybe 2 weeks before to see if I need to like amp up my training, like instead of like do three times, because sometimes you have to like you have to really like get on it, because I mean, if that day, some days instead of doing 5 and up, 5, sometimes I do 5 minutes. 5 minutes is not pet. It depends on whichever exercise I'm doing. The hardest one, I do it if I'm really tired, I do it 5 minutes, or sometimes 10. If I'm using music, I'm playing music, I will go for a long time, because the ones that I put it on in my reels, like after I finish without music, then I will add the music. But if I have my earpods in my ears and I'm listening music, I find that I do more minutes than when I do it without music. So this is something new that I have learned. So I'm using the music, to kind of like get me pumped up for me to keep going and stuff like that. Because I just can't wait. Okay, we greet you back. Okay. All right. So, like, implementation is, you can't just apply something that you don't understand. When you learn something, you need to have better understanding. Once you have understanding and know exactly how you want to go about it, then you're going to execute it, right? After you execute or you implement, right? You're going to talk to people. Also, like, you can have conversations or like ask questions of people for feedback, what they think. Because when we learn new things and we implement that, and we literally make sure that it's working, our partners, our friends, family members, people are going to see the difference within you. And some of them going to ask you questions, yo, what's going on? Like, you have changed. Like, what did you do? Like, and then you get feedbacks, like, so the old me, the new me now, and where I'm going, like, what are some of the things that you like, and what are some of your dislike? How do you think I can do better? You ask questions, you challenge yourself, and then you write them down. Don't just ask without doing that. Write them down, to be able to um tweak whatsoever. Like, listen to what people say, people that knows you, people that sees you, but don't make it to the point where as people are dictating for you, you do you can't answer. No crap, yeah. You can't answer every dog that barks at you. That is very true. That is, oh my god. There are some dogs that when they bark at you, you just literally need to remove that dog out of your circle completely. You cannot go back with that. No, 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 no. Because like a lot of times, some people they bark the wrong tree or the wrong person. You can't do that. The one thing I'm very appreciative of my parents. My parents did not raise us to be disrespectful to anyone at all. Anyone at all. Like, yes, please, yes, yes, thank you. Like, that's how I grew up. Like, my parents didn't, my mother did not find out that I was fighting and beating up my some of my classmates until one time one of my classmates followed me home. And this happened because I created the certain condition, the problem. My mom was a nurse, like she is one of the main nurses that opened Mankraso Hospital. So like, she was like, sh- they had milk powder, they would bring a lot of milk powder home, food, back in the days was like, it was awesome. So when she brings the milk powder, my mom will put it underneath there. She will push it underneath their bed, and then you find more under the bed. I'm going to get me a plastic bag and, fill it up with milk powder. And then the small plastic bags that we put the milk powder in and tied it up and sell it. If someone wants to sow gari, they use that and stuff like that. That was my business. So one time my mom came under her bed and my hair, face, was filled with milk powder because I was eating it too. I was selling and eating it. So I brought the milk powder to school. I'll put it in my book bag, and then I'll sell them to my classmates. And then once I sell them to them, I will use it, the money to buy. It's so when you're a child, right? I was selling this milk powder basically for me to have money to buy banana and peanuts, like the fried peanuts. Yeah, okay. Or maybe the boiled one sometimes, but I like the fried one than the baked one. And then I will get, sugar bread sometimes, and then sometimes I'll get sugar, I'll get wache, and some good stuff. My mom gave me chop money, like allowance. She gives me allowance, but like I want there are other things that I wanted to get, so I was doing business. Sister, I am not be small, So it got to this girl, and I took her money, not realizing that the milk powder that I brought that day was done. So when I went to my book bag, there wasn't any more. So I explained to her that I will bring her merchandise, her milk powder the next day. But because I had already spent the money that she gave me. She said okay, so I thought that she agreed, so I didn't think about it, not knowing that when we school was dismissed and we went home, she followed me home, and she didn't go come to my house, but she came and where we used to live on a campus. I'll say to now they have changed it. Before it used to be only boys school, and then we have a big field, and you have the housing all around. So she came to stand in the field directly in front of our house. So my mom, we have we have a backspace, which has like a hall that you can line up. I'm telling you, sister, yeah, we have a space, a hall, open hall that you can put chairs, to receive visitors and stuff. So, or if you want to go get some fresh air, you just sit outside the house. So my mom went to sit over there, and she sees this young woman, a student within a uniform, staring at our house. So my mom called her over, and she came. My mother asked her, "What's going on? Is she looking for something? Is she lost?" And she said no. And my mom was like, "Why are you standing here staring at our house?" And she mentioned my name. And she told my mom what had happened in school. So my mother said, okay. She went inside and got her milk powder, and she got her a big bag and gave it to her. And she took it home. And my mom came, and she asked me not to bring the milk powder to school no more. So now not only did she spoil she spoiled my business, everything. Eh? Now, my mom told me if she finds out that I bring milk powder to school to sell again, she's going to flog me. And I said to myself, this girl, I will not let this go. I'm going to show her that she shouldn't play with me. I went to school the next day. I went to bed with my plan, what I was going to do. So when I got to school, the first person I walked to was her, and I said to her, I know what you did the day before. I explained to you, you understood, you follow me. So what's going to happen? The bag that my mom gave you, this is how much it's going to cost. So you're going to take the money that you paid me before, and then every day, every week, you're going to give me this amount of money until you pay off the bag my mother gave you. It's either you take that or you go you will get beatings, one or the other. She chose to pay every week. So every week, Ibiano, she needs to give me money. And I took her money for like almost 6 months before she paid it off. Because that father was not hers. It's my mom's. Even it's not mine, but she messed up my business. So like that was the last time I was able to like sell milk powder because she ruined everything. She ruined everything, which is not good. One good business. No, one good business, sister. Business, no, not just say, Charlie, this woman, this girl, she messed everything up for me because my mom didn't mind me bringing it to school. She thought I was bringing it to give away because my mom would give things away, wheat, milk, Tom Brown, milk powder. She would bring it, and almost the whole campus, the teachers, like her friends, everybody will get something. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is not right. So she thought I was giving it for free. She didn't know that I was selling them. And this girl, she just entrepreneur extraordinary power. And sister, I'm telling you, at the time I was what? I was like what? 7 years old. Between seven, I did the business for 2 years. I did it from age 7 to 9. I got busted that I was selling it because of this girl when I was like 9 years old, 9 years old, 3 months. So like she just messed everything up. It wasn't business, no mommy cry. Like it was just terrible. I couldn't believe it. So, uh, so I mean, like you go through some experiences and stuff like that. I knew what I was doing because I didn't tell my mom I was selling them. I will ask for the milk powder, and then I'll be like, I want to bring it to school. That's as far as I will leave it. I didn't say I was going to give it for free. I didn't say I was going to sell it. But I did get my plastic small bags and, like start selling it. And it was good because I love the Ghana chocolate. So if I don't buy chocolate, I will buy banana and peanuts, and sometimes I bought less food than the sweet. I ate more sweet things than eating regular food. So it was because when I come home, there's gonna be food. My parents used to do poultry farms, so like we have chicken, like when we do our day, almost uh, the family, friends, children, we will like there was like more than dozen of us. We will all bring the same food, jollof rice with chicken and chicken. I'm talking about like 3, 4, 5 pieces of chicken on top of your jollof rice. So it was like living a good life. Yes. So, going back, learning execution, which is the implementation, of the things that you have learned, the new coping skills that you have learned. If it's like, exercising patience, effective communication, caring gestures, being able to um, relate information to other people, uh, learning to confront people without violence, right? Being able to learn facial expression, body postures, and so many non-verbal communication. A lot of people don't even know about non-verbal communication, and others. You're going to implement all that, and it's slowly but sure, gradually. The more you do it, the more you practice, you're going to improve, and then your improvement become um, something solid that you will never forget, because when you practice something over and over, it becomes easier for you to utilize. Sometimes you get into situation nobody will even have to tell you. You yourself will self-regulate and figure out which tools to use at the moment. But effective communication is the best, because on social media, that's what we do. Knowing how to talk with people and talk to people without stepping over the boundaries. You always need to draw the line, because you can't just open your mouth and start talking like, someone has pumped air in you, and when you open your mouth, it's like you farting. No, it's not good. Don't do that. Learn to talk to people, learn to interact with people, socialize with people, share your feelings, experiences, whatsoever, in a productive way. You dominate it, you execute it in a profound way, whereas people will have more understanding in you. Just because I'm in pain, I don't have any right to come and insult anyone. That's my pain. I can share it. People can have understanding of where I'm coming from. People may not understand, but that's quite okay. But it's not okay for me to come and start, uh, cursing at everybody, calling people names, labeling people because they don't understand me. It's not right. The same way others should not be doing that. So we have to learn to draw the line. So once you learn, execute, implement, which is a process, Sister Nanaraba pointed it out, then you're going to move to the third phase. The third phase is growth. Mhm. I learn things, because when you learn new things and you are able to apply and, grow roots of the new coping skills, you no longer where you used to be. So you have grown from your old ways to the new you. You have the old you and the new you. Don't let it, don't get them confused. Yeah. So once you grow now, that's going to be um, that's going to be part of your performance. Your behavior, the habits, the things that you show to people. Because when you go to social media, right? Once people open their mouth talking, you know exactly where they're coming from. And that's how I have been selective, who I listen to, who I do not listen to. Uh, it's as simple as that. I have control of that. Nobody have control of that. Mhm. You have to be in control. And then you go into problem solving. When it comes to self development, solving problem is a must. It's a must. Because when situation come now, you're going to be the person who is either going to escalate the problem or de-escalate the problem. Wobɛma asɛm no agye nsɛm, anaasɛ womma asɛm no ɛngye nsɛm. Nti to escalate it no, kyerɛ sɛ woabɛyɛ asɛm no basaa. Wabɛsɛe no koraa. To de-escalate no, wapɛ kwan pa so de nneɛma atoto yie. Woayusu w'adwene, wo nimdeɛ a wowɔ ne wo nteaseɛ a wowɔ de biribiara atoto yie. Sometimes you will make mistake, but mistake no a wo make no ɛyɛ less than sɛ wonsua hwee. Wɔn a wɔnsua adeɛ no, kyerɛ sɛ nneɛma bebree wɔ hɔnom a wɔyɛ a kyerɛ sɛ nkɔ yie nso a ɔngye nto mu o, ɔntake responsibility sɛ adeɛ a mansua nti na ama nneɛma ankɔ yie. Ɔde bɛba akɔhyɛ ne dɔfo bi anaasɛ n'abusuani bi, n'adamfo bi. Ɔno deɛ ɔnyɛ mistake o. Na te sɛ ɔmo mpa adesua no, ɔmo feel sɛ ɔmo nim adeɛ sen obi. Hey, asɛm nie. Hey, if you ask it, and then when situation comes about now, your approach is the most important thing. How you resolve conflict. Some people will approach it aggressively, which is not a way to go because violence does not solve problems. And other people will approach it in a proactive way, whereas they have a strategic plan, to deal with the situation before they even approach the person. They're going to assess the person to see the person's like, dislike, strength, stronghold, and how the person process the things that you're saying. Should you be using big vocabulary words or basic vocabulary words? Something that the person will understand. Should you speak English or should you speak Chi or French, whatever language that you guys are fluent on in, right? Or should you speak two different language by explaining it in the person's dominant language that they will understand more clearly? So you have to be able to establish that. If you do not approach the person the right way, is going to escalate the problem. It's going to make the problem worse, right? Also, like your finances. Where are you at? Are you struggling on a daily to daily basis? Like you living from paycheck to based on paycheck to paycheck. So once you get paid, you pay your rent, your light bill, your transportation, and then you barely have enough to buy food. Like, how do you go about to change that? Sometimes how you spend your money. We have some people who smoke. We have some people who drink. We have some people who like to go and eat at the restaurant instead of cooking home, because if you go to the grocery and purchase things and come cook, you will get more food than going to restaurants. Some people, they might be tired every once in a blue moon. If you go into the restaurant to treat yourself, why the heck not? But to do that on a daily basis, that's some of that money that you making paycheck to paycheck, that's going um, into um, your out and eating outside food, right? Fried rice. A lot of people like fried rice. Some people say, "Oh, the way they cook it outside is different from how I cook it." So, if you don't know something, like you learn it. Like I remember my mother, like growing up, we all were taught how to cook. My brother knows how to cook. My brother can cook and you can eat and forget that you have fingers. If you're not careful, you bite your fingers off. But he's now, when it comes to soup, he's not good in that area. But anything else, he's really good. K, you know, he didn't know how to cook. He learned how to cook once he got married. Like before he got married, he knew to do one or two things. He didn't know how to make soup and stew. Okay, did you know how to do soup? Stew? No. So um, he learned how to cook soup and stew once he got married, and he can really cook. There isn't any soup that he cannot cook. Well, there's one, pepper soup. I'm still the champ, you know. That's all the family members love my pepper soup. When I cook pepper soup, you go eat, 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 lick your fingers, all five of them. I'm good with pepper soup. So, like, when it comes to pepper soup, Kay can do it if he wants to learn it, but he prefers me doing it, which I'm cool with it, because aside from that, he can cook everything. He can make a mood tour. Like, what can he not make? So it's something that he learned, right? he executed and he has grown into it. So it's like, he knows how to do that. So when you learn things and you implement, once you grow, it means that you have become a master in everything that you have learned. So you shouldn't forget to do it in the future. You should continue to do it and start learning other things that you struggling in that area, right? Once you start learning it, and then the last part is the most important, right? Because it's reminding you to sustain the first three. Because say you cannot use one without the other. So if you are one of those, you learn something, you don't understand, you can't implement it. If you cannot implement it, that means you're not going to grow. You're still going to be sitting in your comfort zone. So learning without execution and growth is just not worth it, wasting that energy. So it's all perseverance. Yes, 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 yes. Perseverance. So like you have to be able to do that. Like I'm not gonna learn something and not understand it, implement it, utilize it, and for me to grow and then not hold on to it. Everything that I have learned, I have hold on to it. It doesn't mean say I don't struggle sometimes in some areas. So there are still some areas that I still have to work on that. In terms of open communication, I'm good. Self love, self everything, I'm good. Exercising patience, I'm good, but I have my limits. Yes, I have my I have my limits, and because like one thing I don't like for people to do is when I share my personal opinion and express my feelings, and then we have some family members, some friends telling me how I should feel. That really, really rubs me wrong. You're not inside me. You're not in my head. I'm opening my mouth to share with you how I feel. And then you feel rejected or being suppressed. Like you don't have the right to say stuff like that because you're going to hurt the person's feelings. I'd rather hurt someone's feelings for them to know how I feel, for them to also speak up that how I said it hurt their feeling. So I can find other ways to go about it the next time. And if I feel that how I said it, it wasn't in a good form, then I can apologize, right? But like, sometimes like when you don't draw the line, you're going to have people still trying to dominate you because they feel like their ways are better than your ways. If we are the same, I wouldn't be called Ajuodo, and you wouldn't be called someone else. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes, we ourselves, we allow other people to come into our circle and, let them run wild because, when it comes to, hey, you know what I mean. When it comes to, oh Lord, I'm going to have to work on that. When it comes to our Ghanaian community society, we are really big on your elders. Oh, okay, again. We are big on our elders, even if you have it's gonna take a while for me to get rid of, even if we have an older sister or brother who is a minute, if you are twins or like, siblings, like 2 years older or a year older or a couple months older than you, whatever they say, you have to go with it because they're older than you, which is wrong because age has nothing to do with wisdom and knowledge. We do have some older people when they open their mouth now, you they will be better off, just um rubbing their mouth on the floor because everything that comes out of their mouth is nasty, disgusting, and very disrespectful. They do not have any type of wisdom. Everything is rubbish. And then some family members and people are expecting you to take that on. I can't. I mean, if you give me something beneficial, I don't have a problem receiving it and using it. But if it's something that is not going to add to my life, I am not taking it. If you say something I don't understand, I will question it. I like to ask a lot of questions of things that I do not understand. So level for phase 4 of the 4 principles of self-development strategies. The first phase is to learn, second phase is to execute, third phase is to grow, and then the fourth phase is to sustain, right? Sustaining meaning you keep all 3 strategies sustain. You hold on to it. You do not lose that. And further, to start a new cycle, you start again. Once you master into that, you move on to another cycle. You learn something new again and you repeat the same thing. So, these 4 principles of self development strategies is really good. They have put it in category in phases for us so we know what we need to do, right? It's not hard to remember, learn, execute, or like implement. Execution is implementation, right? Implement or apply, whichever one you will remember. That's the second phase, and then grow. Mhm. Wosua adeɛ a adwene no mu bie nti no kyerɛ sɛ worekɔ w'anim, you going forward. Wo nimdeɛ no ɛso yɛ yi. Ma w'adwene mu bie divine right of kinship meyɛ anyi mempɛ nyidie nie mempɛ nyidie ni ɛbɛyɛ dom. Ei, twii no manka ne yie. Mempɛ nyidie ne ɛbɛyɛ dom. Ei, twii no sisa a menka ne yie. After nie no, I can't figure this out. Ɛbɛyɛ dom nko a. Ɛdɛn abayi dam nko a. Okay. Did I say it right? Ne abayi dam nko a. Manka ɛno yɛ a sisa yɛ correct me right. Okay, nti no. Let me see. Let me do promo. Yes. To say, oh, let me get this one right here. Hold on. So, come on, this is not it. Where is it? Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, so we do have here, as I said, when we come here, I call you to pronounce it for you. Okay, sister. Because Unyamba, my association. Martin, Martin. Okay, so here we come to learn, to encourage each other, like to teach each other and also learn from each other. Um, in many instances, we have some of our sisters, brothers who does a lot of education. Oh, and yeah, hold on. Wait. Oh, oh no. Okay, I never. Yeah, sis. No, yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, hold on. Me found to speaker. Okay. All right. So I have to say, the more power.
Now me catch you address so I am go say the only the tree no anti crass is me crap what me the asset crap me ya de kakra. Na me catch eh penny any abandon. There's a culture now you say penny is always right.
Okay, I bet you dumb.
That behavior now can into the mommy trust.
Got it.
That behavior no say BBC is always like the younger person has to go and be bowing to the old person to apologize. Meanwhile, the old person is wrong.
Why you?
And the wrong to cover their shame, you have to go low for them. It's not right. And it's affecting a lot of our relationships. We've transported ourselves from over there to over here.
Yeah.
And we're exhibiting these same tendencies. You feel family dynamics. There's a lot of this going on.
Mm-hmm.
Even it could be, say, a student, you have a student or you have a child, your child works here, they have money, so you go and borrow their money and then you are not paying them in penny days. Some even refuse to. I carried you for 9 months and I did this and I did that for you, so you owe me. That's what I call to say.
I bet you don't. I like it. We are no person now who can know some of them are catching ma mention them the bar saying minim tree
same here. I am here say, like last time on TikTok, there was a guy, I respect the guy very much, but he was laughing at somebody's pronunciation. So I went to write that, not that I haven't laughed at pronunciation before too, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I went and said that, you know what, English is not our second language.
No, correct.
And then he came back with some answer that I didn't agree with. And I said to him that, you know something, I feel ashamed that I don't know my language. I only know surface tree. When you say the deep ones, I get lost.
Yes.
And now I'm in a poetry and I can't rectify that. So let's not be laughing at people who, because they said something wrong in English.
That's right. That's right. I mean, you are definitely right. Sometimes, we're not so considerate of other people because we have to remember, say, some of us, we came to abroad when we were very little, so we didn't learn to write the chi. I mean, it's the same with some of the Americans. Majority of them speak English fluently, but they can't write it. Right? Yeah. So it's the same.
That was my culture shock too. Not to cut you, that was my culture shock when I came here.
Yeah.
I would see billboards with wrong spellings, and I thought, English is your first language, and you can't even write it properly.
And
so
yeah, most definitely. So some of us did not learn to write the the tree. So when people write it, but the little that I know so far, the little that I can read, it is through you guys. And I have learned to pronounce them. I know it's a Chi language, you pronounce it the same way you see it. But sometimes, because we don't have all in the alphabet, some people can write the all. I'm not sure how they do it. But
the alphabetical thing.
Yeah, some people can use it odo. Although, like normally they put the O and then the D-O, but it's because I don't know how to, so it's O. I do it O-D-O. Yeah, that's how it come about. But like, our language is beautiful. The way they write it, sometimes when I listen to some of my sisters and brothers, pronouncing the Chi language so fluently, I am so proud, and it's so attractive to me, like the way they read it and stuff like that. My baby sister, Chris
Yes.
Cross Mensa, she reads the English, the Chi Bible. When we go to church,
Wow.
she's the one, someone will read the English, and then she will read the Chi Bible. She's very fluent, and because the reason why she became fluent, she went back. And when she went back, she taught herself to read it. In fact, Sofo Samuel also helped her learn the Chi language, and then she writes it and she pronounces it so fluently. And it's just something that, I feel that is really incredible, amazing, and beautiful. Yeah. I would
you
love
something else to mind because of what you are saying.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, there was this incident of us being on a platform, and I went and wrote a comment.
Yeah.
And because this older man did not agree with me, and I probably was spelling some tree thing, he came to recommend that, I should go and use this tree app. Now it will help me a bit. Wow, you see the ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
He can't handle a different opinion. So this is what he will do to shut you up. And I'm not having that. I told him I'm not here to learn tree. I came here to offer my opinions.
That's right.
A lot of times when I go to platforms and I write something and somebody's trying to write something negative back, then I'll say I'm not here to be, muzzled, or because they bully.
Mm-hmm.
It's bullying. Or they feel intimidated because maybe you are expressing yourself, or they don't like what you are saying, so they have to come and attack you. And that is not a sign of healthy emotional intelligence.
Nope.
Like, come on, we need to be, we always talk about agreeing to disagree, but it's something that we haven't learned as a people anyway, it would seem.
Most definitely. I mean, Sister, you put the nail in the coffin. A lot of people say we agree to disagree, but they do not even understand that statement, agreeing to disagree, because it's not everything that we discuss that we all going to be on the same page. Some people may understand you, others may not understand, choose not to understand you, others may not agree with you, which is okay. It doesn't mean that the person is wrong and you are right, because we have different understanding. But the thing is, let's just say I said something that I believe in and you don't believe in there. You can let me know that you don't agree with me and then share your opinion, and I have to respect your opinion. I cannot tell you, no, you can't think like that. Who am I to tell somebody how to think? And then we go our separate ways, which whatever I learn, I'll take it with me. Whatever you learn, you take it with me. But I quite don't understand as to why you're penisa for your fancy to me for. And I like the way that I am. I was never raised like that. The close and fixed mindset people, the ones who wants to sit in the comfort zone. So the discussion we did today, they will never come and listen to it because they don't want to learn. They do not want to implement whatever they have learned in their life. They don't want to grow. They do not want to sustain any of those three because they're looking for somebody else to fix their problem for them. So what if they have been traumatized growing up now? They want you to be the person who will carry their burden for them and to be receptive to how they are and live with them, forgive them for all their trespasses, anything that they do, any foolishness that they do. If they slap you, you turn the other side for them to slap the other side. They treat you like a doormat. They're looking for somebody else to receive all that and then for them to live comfortably. Because you have people tell you, say, oh, if your partner cheats on you, you don't need to leave them. Like, that's a form of abuse. What do you mean I don't have to? If you want to sit, that's fine. Because we do have some women who depend on their husband 100%. So if
Okay.
they leave that person now, they will not be able to survive. So no matter how bad they're treating them, they will stay with that person. Not every woman wants to stay in an unhealthy relationship. So our society, when you have some people trying to educate other women, to stay in an abusive relationship and a disrespectful relationship or marriages, I listen and look at them, be like, are you kidding me? Because what you guys doing, you breaking the person emotionally and psychologically, and then you have some women dying foolish death because they said they
Yeah.
listen to this kind of teaching, right? But it's not okay for any man or any woman to go through psychological and um, emotional abuse in any way, because it's invincible. If someone hits you, you're gonna get bruises. Everybody's going to know someone hit you. It will heal at some point. The physical pain, I'm not saying it's okay for anybody to hit anyone, but the physical pain, it's easy to, for it to, heal, for the bruises to go gradually. In due time, you will not see the bruises a month or a year from now, but the psychological and the emotional one, it stays with you forever. Some people may need counseling, others may not. Others may have coping skills. That's why coping skills is very important for people to learn. Learn to love yourself, learn to care for yourself, do self
The
everything.
underlying issue here,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of this is because a lot of us are living, we're not living by our own standards or our own values. We
That's
worry
right.
so much about what society will say.
Yeah.
So we are living a life to please society. So yes, you will die,
Yeah. Yeah.
sadly.
Yeah. That's definitely, you so right. I mean, like, for me, over a decade, I no longer live for society. I cannot. I can't have people dictating what I can and cannot do. I cannot give my power to nobody. My parents don't have my power. So why should I give my power to strangers and people around the world? I cannot do that. Someone will listen to this and be like, oh, she thinks she's all that. Yes, I am all that. I trust myself. I believe in myself. I care for myself. I love myself. And I want to be happy. I want to live longer. I want to be successful. Everything that I don't know, I'm going to learn. If it is through social media, I'm going to do so. If I have to go back to school, I will do so. But I refuse to have people suppress me and, expressing myself how I feel. I wish everyone in the world, everyone will learn to take care of themselves instead of looking for other people to take care of them, because life does not work out that way. If you're always depending on people, I mean, every now and then we go through struggles and challenges and difficulties, that we may need a friend, a family member supporting us for a little while, but don't come to seek for support for like years and years and you're still sitting duck because you refuse to learn. You refuse to apply any new coping skills because you don't want to learn. You don't have coping skills to even apply to. When someone say go east, you walk into a north because you don't know where the heck you're going. Like, if you don't learn, you're not going to do anything productive in this world. You're going to be a certain condition for your loved ones and your friends and people. Because if you have a family member who is an alcoholic, okay, you can't even leave your money around because the minute you put that money down, it's going to disappear. They're going to steal from you. If you have a family member who is using drugs, they're going to steal from you. They become thieves, right? So you can't even trust them to come to your house. If they come to your house, they don't find money, they're going to start stealing your jewelry. They're going to start selling your property, something you work hard for. So at the end of the day, if you are one of those people who has, not built, established anything for yourself, and you make that decision to become alcoholic or a drug addict or sex addict, when people like become sex addict, they need money to go and sleep around, because there are some places without money you can't get anyone, so they're going to steal from you, and your family are going to remove you from that side, that circle, and then you're going to walk around saying, say, my family have, does not help me. How should we help you if you're not getting the help that you need? Learning skills that can help you be able to get back on your feet. So
Yes.
there's a lot of things that our community, society, we miss out, and some of our parents don't even give us good advice, because the advice they give us is the advice they give us is, "Fama nyame, give it to God."
Yeah,
You know,
it belongs to a different time and age.
exactly. Oh, pray on it. Like I was listening to someone earlier this week. I forgot who it was. I wish I had saved the video. And he says, you can pray as much as you want, but all the prayers you doing for this your partner to change, if he himself or she herself does not make a decision to change now, all that prayer you praying for them, no, it's not going to do focal. So it's like, at the end of the day, what do you do? Because it's not everything we have to pray on it. Okay.
So you pray and take action, but us is just
exactly.
Prayers, but you have 10 fingers and you've been told to work. Even the ant works hard.
Yɛsi yɛyi te sɛ wonim nyansa kora ahyia ayi ntateɛ nyansa. Nsuo bɛtɔ a wonim sɛ nsuo season ba a ntateɛ akɔsesa ne nua ne de kogu baabi ɔde bɛgu, because ɔnim sɛ sɛnea ne mu ɔha no nsuo tɔ na ɔkɔsesa aduane a nsuo no bɛfa n'akɔ. Ɛnso nipa dasani ɔno no te sɛ nneɛma bebree nkɔ yie, ɛnso ɔsi wɔ nsua adeɛ.
Yeah, in Accra, every year there's floods, right?
Yes.
And you keep seeing those pictures of roads flooding. So what's going on? Planning.
And then the gutter, right? You have some of the marketing people, business people, they dumping garbages in the gutter, right? So they blocking the gutter. When it rains, it overflows. Where is the water supposed to go? It's supposed to what? Go underneath the garbage? It's not, because the people within the community are choking all the spaces that needs to be clear. Even when you buy not the water bottle, the one that they put it in the insu, they put it in the plastic bag. People will drink it. They're sitting in the car. You go to station or that station, the whole floor is filled with plastic bags, like leaves, the one that they use to cover the rice and the wachi. They eat it. Once they eat it, they just dump it on the floor, like, you sitting in the dirt. You making the mess and you sitting in it, and then you insulting the government. The government is the one making all that dirt within the community. We don't even do, like, in our neighborhood. Some people will make it their business, to clean their own neighborhood, because if the government is not doing it, this is our neighborhood. We need to. If you go to Singapore and throw something on the floor, you'll be arrested. But we don't implement things, and then the same people who complain and insult, they're the ones doing it the most. They eat and put things down. Some years ago, I was watching a video of a tourist who went to Ghana. It's a white guy, and when he drank he finished using drinking water or something, he threw it on the ground, because he's following what the people within the country doing. And then when he threw it on the floor, one Ghanaian guy followed him and got him to go back to pick up his trash, right? And then, you have some other Ghanaians saying yes, yes, clapping for him and stuff. So I asked myself, would
It's
he?
hypocrisy. You put it on the
Yes,
floor, but you are clapping now.
exactly. And I was like, would you do the same thing with your own kind? Because when you go to our country, you see so much trash on the ground. I don't think those trash were put there by ghosts. It's the same people within. So if it was a Ghanaian person that put it there, would he have gone and redirect the Ghanaian person to come and pick his trash? He will look the other way. So if we're doing one thing, we have to do it across board. Just because we are Romanian, if you are Ghanaian, doesn't mean that you are different from a visitor. We have to maintain the place the same way we want our visitors to do. So if you're throwing things on the floor, he thinks, hey, that's the routine. We just eat and throw things on the ground. So he's doing the same thing. You see?
You see, so anyway, I'm going to get off. So
okay. Thank you, sis. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Okay. Bye. So that was our sister Ya for the Atubra, our author. Sister Ya for the Atubra has written 5 books. And you can get any of these 5 books at Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, ebook, and Kindle. Her first book is Refreshing of My Thirsty Soul. It's an inspirational book. The second book, my personal favorite, but I love all her books, is The Beauty of a Woman's Heart. The third book is a devotional book, is Refreshing for My Weary Soul. Man, the titles is like incredible. The fourth book is a #1 bestseller in Amazon. Is Own It, a guideline to taking accountability and responsibility. The fifth book is My Unapologetic Self. And so say, baby, I went Bruno to say like, she's independent, she does what she wants, what makes her happy. You're not going to be telling her you can't do this and that. And she has her boundaries. She set everything. Where she's at right now, she is in a good place. So making your own decision is a must. Learning is a must. Implementation is a must. Grow is a must. Growing is a must. Growth is a must, and sustaining what you have learned is a must, So we need to learn the 4 principles of self development, because in order for you to tell somebody else they are wrong, they're not up to part, you need to work on yourself first. So Sister Ya for that Tobra, she also does coaching. If you have been for so many years, you've been trying to write a book, or now you've been you have learned a lot of knowledge and wisdom. You listen to a lot of educative program, and you feel that you are ready to put your story down, write your own side of a story, or like entertain people in certain way by writing any type of book, fiction, non-fiction, novel, whatsoever, romance, Sister does coaching. In fact, my first book, which will be coming out, oh my gosh, before my birthday, even, Charlie, the goal was to do it on my birthday, but the rate of Sister Ya coaching style, the unique abilities that she has, she has been able to push, encourage, teach, and just get this book out earlier than anticipated. So very soon, you guys will see part of her work. The book will be coming out soon, Unveiling My Life, a guideline to breaking free and reclaiming my life, which is talks about trauma, healing from some of the things that I did to heal from my trauma, where I was, where I am now, where I'm going, and so many questions, that can also um, get some insight from the readers. So very soon, you guys do support your sister here, Adwa Odo Amia. I trust that a lot of you going to enjoy reading the book, and hopefully when you go to bed you can fall asleep. You can um, read, take time to read those. And since I add tomorrow, she's going to be live, on Facebook and YouTube. So we can go and support her. She will come live at 11 a.m. MST time. Yeah, MST time, which is 1 p.m. US Eastern Time. Sister Ya's Facebook page is Auntie Ya's Book Corner. Go and follow it and like her page. And her YouTube page is Auntie Ya's Book Channel. Go and subscribe it and make sure you click on the bell so when she does come live, you see her come on. If you have read any of her books, you can ask questions when she comes on. If you have some insight, you can also provide that for her. The more the merrier. And then when she's live, she brings random topics. Sometimes she take a topic from any of her pages, from any of her book pages, and then she come talk about it. And her co-host is Sister Ya Boatima. Watson Russell. She comes and they both, the wisdom the both of them have, the combination is just incredible. There is so much insightful things that they can put forth within an hour or less than 2 hours, like an hour and a half. It's incredible. So, yeah, tune in tomorrow. Don't miss it. I will share it. So, when I do share it, please come and join us for us to have a productive conversation. She also invite people to come on if they have something to add to what they have said. So let's support Sister Ya for the autograph. Go to Amazon, ebook, Kindle, and Barnes and Nobles to order our books, okay, to support her. Um, Also, Sister Ya Boatin Russell, she has, she also does pre-recorded video and upload it on her Facebook page and YouTube account, which is Ya Boatin Russell. So go and follow her, subscribe her YouTube page. She talk about different type of financial freedom, and also some of the snacks. She literally makes it. I love the chocolate cookie one because I love chocolate cookies. The healthy one that she makes, so you could make some of that to eat healthy to balance your diet. And she you can DM her for more information. Also, Sister Ya Boatin Russell, like my book cover, she did all that and it looks so pretty. Oh my goodness. Let me see. I uploaded here, but for some reason, it's not allowing me. Sister Ya showed me how to upload it so I can show it. I haven't got down to like get it. So very soon I should be able to like do that because last time I was like wondering why I couldn't show it, but the reason why is because of how I uploaded it. So once I fix that, I'll be able to show it to you guys. I have it on my page. Um, so most of you have seen it and also like it. So if you writing a book and you need someone to design the cover, the back cover and stuff, Sister Ya Boatma Boatin Russell is your person to go to. Also, we have Sister Aisha Anka. Sister Aisha Anka does not do live programs, but on her page, she posts some inspirational things over there. She share um, her traveling, her time with Malcolm. She does volunteer work. She meet with a lot of her sisters, a lot of association and people that she interacts with. She goes to a lot of events, advocate for children with, disability. She share information with some of our Ghanaian parents who are like kind of like shy to come out or like they feel certain way when their child is have some type of disability. It shouldn't be nobody should be feeling ashamed because their child has some type of disability. When it comes to autism, they don't know the cause of the environment, home environment, uh, the overall, and anything can, contribute to that. So it's always important for us to have information regarding these things and support each other because it's not easy for any parent to take care of their uh, with any of their children with some type of disability. It's very difficult because some of them their learning um, is delayed. Others, they very articulate, very smart, but sometimes to process things how they act to certain things or like react to things is different from someone without disability. So we have to be very considerate and careful as to how we talk to people, we deal with people, we understand people because at times the person that you're talking to might have some difficulties, being able to uh, kind of like share their, express their feeling productively. Um, so it's important on social media. You don't know who's behind the camera, like, who is commenting, if it's a child or like if it's an adult, because sometimes some parents give their phone to their children. You might have a child, someone who is very young and very innocent writing something that they may not even understand and you insulting and disrespecting them. It doesn't help. But we can support Sister Aisha by, buying some of her juice plus natural supplement to balance your diet. Also, you can buy it wherever you are in the world. She sells silverware and, play sets. If you like to have one, DM Sister Aisha. Avon product. To purchase the Avon product, you have to live in UK in order to do that. So let's support Sister Aisha, our sister, very much. And then we have our sister Obapa Belinda Ejare. She has a African, you know, she has African Caribbean market. It's called BNB African Caribbean Market, which is located in the Bronx, New York, at 1163 Boston Road, Bronx, New York, 10456. Like this weekend, I will go there to get the best African food to support her. So let's support her as well. And then we have Sister Sage Williams. Sister Sage Williams, with her authentic merchandise. Go to sageshare.com to get your authentic merchandise t-shirt. Some of you have seen me wear the t-shirt. Even my daily exercise, I've been wearing the t-shirt. Sometimes the scarf, I have it wrapped around my head to support Sister Sage. Dresses, one size fits all. 85% of them one size fits all. 15% is like you have to be a particular size. I'm trying to get into that particular size to wear one of the dress that I bought from her. She already wore me the waist size, so I'm trying to get my waist down that size for me to be able to wear it. So I'm working very hard. And then she sell cream, with shea butter in it. Uh, I'll use that. I don't use makeups. So it's like my skin is natural, nothing else. I don't have no pound, like I don't have no makeup. Here and there. It's just my natural color. I love my caramel color. I just love it. Smooth skin, like I'm good with that. I love the cream. I use it. Kay use it. The kids uses it as well. I even pass down some of them to my baby sister Crisscross. So it's like I love it. I haven't bought anything from Sister Sage Williams from sageshare.com that I have any problems with it. I love all her merchandises. I have her necklace, and earrings. This is some of the necklace and the bracelet. This is some of the bracelet that I have from her. And then the necklace, yeah, it has my initial A in there. But most of Ghanaians, almost all of us have A. If you not Adwa, you are Abna. If you're not Abna, you are Kia. If you're not a Kia, Ya will be Y. And then you have a Fia, and then Ama, Akosia. They all start with A. So this is something that is like, um, uh, universal. So anyone with initial A can buy it, and wear that. And then you have the scarf, uh, then the beads. Before I used to have some of the beads. Sister said you won't believe it. I organized this place and I put my bracelets, my beads, somewhere. But now I can't even remember where I put them. I put them in a jewelry box. So I have to go through some of the bags that I haven't opened in some time now to get my beads out. They very nice and colorful, so it goes with anything. Yeah, one of those you have some of those beads, whatever outfit you put on, it matches it nicely because like the work that I do, being in the field, I can't put on too many expensive things, because some of the abusuafoɔ no clients no bi wɔ hɔnom a ɔmo mfiri sika fie nti no te sɛ wokɔ hɔnom ɛyɛ sɛ wobɛdrɛse nice and decent but te sɛ mɛnkɔhyɛ name brand biara ni hɔnom. That's one of the things because nkwadaa no bi wɔ hɔnom ɔmo hu sɛ wohyɛ biribi saa it can trigger them and then how mommy so you could be mom if your mommy she can create all kinds of confusion, It says me quite na make for year visit here. I mean making sure say me share at be to say there's no a name brand, nothing whatsoever. And also just go casual, dress up nicely but don't go and provoke anyone. Ne nyinaa wobɛtumi ayɛ eyi nti te sɛ sɛbi a wokɔ sageshare.com no na woahu t-shirt colour a wopɛ a mesrɛ wo please, if you go to sageshare.com and you don't see the color of t-shirt you like to have, please, please, please do not leave. There's going to be a comment box over there. Excuse me, you can let Sister Sage know the color of t-shirts that you're looking for, the design you already picked that, and then once you put in the order, your email is the month, your telephone number is optional. So once you send the order, she will reach out to you before she send it. Her customer service is fantastical. And then we have lunchtime talk, Sister Awomrikwa. Then our condolences to her loss. We can, for those of us who are very close to her, we need to, like, reach out to her and find out how she's doing, and then um, you know support her. But our prayers are with her and her family for their loss. So you go to lunchtime talk. It's a woman where she does counseling. Um, she uh, she does programs. She talk about life issue itself. She go outside of that. Shares a lot of nuggets so to support her. And then we have Sister Angelina Ba, our 21st century nurse about the Angie Talks, her Facebook account, and you can follow her on YouTube, Angie Talk. She talk about mental health and our wellness, and sometimes she go outside of uh, you know, life issues. She talk about some of that. Sister Angelina Bar also so Juice Plus, so uh, you can support whomever that you would like, because it's good to support each other. Um, and then we have Brother Big Love. He has a radio station 24/7. It's Big Love Spain Radio. So you can follow his page and subscribe his YouTube. We also have Brother OBGH page. He does program. He goes outside, like, he does everything, politics and stuff. Mhm. For me, my dad said politics, don't even get yourself involved with politics, because a lot of people with politics, they don't have understanding and they go into insults and stuff like that. When it comes to my mom and dad, oh my gosh, they're very educated and they have oh man, they have established a lot. So it will hurt my heart to allow myself to put myself in situation for anybody to disrespect my parents. Yeah, I'm not having that, because what I do has nothing to do with my parents. So I don't cross that. I don't allow anybody to cross that boundaries. No. If you have a problem with me, you talk to me about it. Don't bring my parents in it, because they have nothing to do with it. But usually, I'm a former boyfriend, to say, like, me could mean disrespecting or more into the no, you are winning me, my name, papa, and they disrespect her. Yeah, people who does not know them, you don't know my parents, to like come and um, disrespect or insult them, because what I'm doing it. So your problem, if you have a problem, you should be with me and let's talk it out. Mhm. That's as simple as that. And then Fridays, as you guys see me here, we come and talk about open talk freestyle. We talk about anything, everything. Even today, I brought a topic that we discuss. If something comes up, we can bring it in and we can also discuss it. I don't have a problem doing that. And then if you want to come and talk also, you can call me if you have my WhatsApp number. If not, but my WhatsApp number is displaying on the screen. Or, like, if you want to do it via video, I'll send you the StreamYard link for you to be able to um, for you to be able to join in to also share your views. Um, don't hesitate because sometimes some people don't want to like come on. If I send you the StreamYard, you can either do it via audio or video, your choice. Because some people they don't like to show their face, um, which is okay. So let me see. Okay. Yeah, Brother Ankra, we haven't seen you in a long while. Where are you? You have to come and say hi every now and then. Mhm. No, he travel. He should be back by now to Germany by now. Okay. So Fridays again, I come here. Fridays I mostly speak English. Sometimes the chi, you hear the chi come through. Other times none. Other times the chi might be more than English. And then Saturday with Sofa Summer, tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Ghana time will be 7:30 p.m. Um, Fridays is 5:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, and Ghana time will be 9:30 p.m. So let me just display this here. Okay, thank you, Josiah. So if you want to, this is the website that you click in, it will bring you directly to Amazon, my unapologetic self, for you to order your own. And then her other books, once you, for me, when I go to Amazon, like all her, Sister Yafa that to brand, all her books pops up. So I'm able to like, if I need to purchase whichever one I want to purchase, I should be able to click in and buy that. So if you click on this website, you should be able to. It will bring you directly there, so you're not going crazy looking for it. Because I know some of us, when we're looking for something, we can't find it, we just give up. We shouldn't be giving up. Like we need to support one another. It's very important for us to do that because a lot of times we don't know. Like every little thing that we do is a blessing to us and to the person that we're supporting. So let's support each other, bring each other up. If you have any questions, ask the questions. We will discuss it. If you have some knowledge about the things that we talk about, please bring it forth, and we will be able to do to come up with more solution. And also, like make sure that we continue to support IAE. She is such an inspiration. Like I love her voice and her um, positivity, her energy. It just brightens my day. For everything that she has endured, it does not slow her down. And then some of us, we have it all, and we don't experience any type of pain um, for each every day. However, like we complain the most. She doesn't. She's grateful each and every second, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, years after years. She's appreciative of the person that she is and uh, the things that she's doing. So let's support her. Um, oh Lord. Okay, hold on. Let me see. I have to one thing. And oh, let's see. Okay, so for Sister Sage, Sages Share.com. So you have the double S, between stage, stages and share. So sometimes when you pronounce something out, someone will think say it's like the same thing, like continuously. Uh-huh. Saya, you are so very welcome. And thank you for coming on. to share your views. Oh, thank you very much. Also, thank you, thank you, thank you. I cannot wait for tomorrow. I'm gonna set my alarm to make sure I don't miss it. And please text me, call me, whatever you need to do. Like tomorrow, I asked my daughter this morning that, like, that she wants to do Mother and Daughter's Day tomorrow by going to the salon to get manicure, pedicure. She said yes. So we're gonna go tomorrow to, get our nails done. For me, I don't put nail polish on my nails because my nails like is so nice and white. I would normally what I put on, I'll put the clear one, over it because I don't want to mess it up with the color and with the extension. I don't do any of that. It's just that. uh uh, and she doesn't like the color filters and stuff like that. So I told her, she was like, I don't like when it comes off. I was like, just get the clear one. You'll be fine. Thank you, Sister Sage. I appreciate it. I know, right? It's like, very soon. Like I would say, like by next month, you guys should be able to, like, get your own copy of the book, of my book, and start reading it. You can go ebook, you can get the hard copy, like whichever one you feel comfortable with. For me, I have either or with Sister Yan's book. Some of them I have it in ebook, uh, both ebook and the hard copy, and others I only have the ebook for now. But I will get the hard book. The only reason I get the hard book is like days that I'm not driving, that I'm taking public transportation. I don't like sitting and looking at someone, or sometimes you might be thinking about something and you zone out. So it's like if someone is sitting opposite you, they think that you're looking at them. Knowing that some people, go through things after the pandemic. A lot of people are not the same as they used to be. A lot of people are not parents, and so many things are happening. And I just don't want to be, to put myself in a situation that will escalate into me being harmed or someone getting hurt. Because I remember, like in high school, after I say this, I'm going off, guys. Don't worry. In high school, my last year, we went to school to do rehearsal for our graduation. How we're going to be lining up, and we're going to be going up on the stage to get our diploma. And we have a couple students who, like, were part of the music team, some people acrobatics, and so many other performance. So everybody, you know coming together to do the rehearsal and everything. So on our way back home, around that time, my father would drop my brother, my younger brother, and I to school because we went to the same high school. When I was coming out, he came in. So as we were doing the rehearsal and everything went fine. And then we came to the bus stop, and then at the bus stop, there were some back and forth, altercation, going back and forth. Everybody, minding their business. Some people got involved, some of their friends were like, yo, chill, chill, and stuff like that. So we all went and sat in the bus, and when you go in the bus, you cannot stand further to where the bus driver is because you have to clear the door. You can't block the door. Sometimes if you stand there, he can close the door, or like, he will not be. He needs the door area to be clear. So I was in the middle of the bus, and some of the bus is like the double one. With the double, when I was in high school, I didn't like being all the way in the back because I always have a fear of what happens if something comes up and the bus break into half. You see, when you are traumatized now, you're always thinking the worst of something. So I'll always go in the middle, closer to where the bus driver is. So as you know, they were going back and forth. One of the guy, he lost his emotions. His anger escalated to the point where as the he oyitu ɛna ɔtutu ne bɔ nipa no a ɔne ne anya akasakasa no. But nipa no a ɔne ne anya akasakasa no move out of the way, and then it hit someone who was minding his business, sitting in the back. The boy, no, no, almost rushing into the hospital. But when survived, he died. He lost his life just because we have two idiots, two unintelligent people arguing over something so senseless. This individual classmate was 2 weeks away from his high school graduation. He died foolish death because two people could not hold their emotions. They couldn't get control of themselves because of a small conflict. They took his life just like that. So I remember when we graduated, his parents, came and received his graduation diploma, and it was so sad. I mean, you can imagine how the parents feel, like they see everybody else's child going walking up onto the stage to receive their diploma, and their child was nowhere to be found. They have to receive it for him, and they can never bring him back. So many times, a lot of things that we do, decisions that we make that are not um, smart or healthy can harm someone totally innocent. So he lost his life for nothing, and the two people who started all this are still alive, enjoying life. So since then, when I hear commotions going on, I don't go near that area. I go the opposite because I don't want to be a bystander. I do not want to be a witness. I just need to get the heck out of there. I don't know what's going to happen because sometimes, being at the wrong place at the wrong time, or like, it is just crazy. So it was really upsetting and sad uh, when we graduated. So I will leave you guys here. Tune in tomorrow with Suffer Samuel Okoso and moi at 3:30 US Eastern Time, 7:30 Ghana time. Y'all take care of yourself. Be well. Take care of yourself. And one love to each and every one of you. Bye bye. Oh, sorry. Like those who share the program, love the use emojis, contributed with your productive contribution. Thank you so very much. You guys have supported us all the same. Those who gave me stars, thank you. I appreciate your support. Take care of yourself. If you came on and I did not acknowledge you, trust me, it's not intentional. Um, Normally, if I'm watching myself, then I'll be able to see you. If I'm not watching myself, I won't be able to see you pop up if you don't say hi. So in the future, please, when you come on, say hello so I can acknowledge you. So forgive me if I did not acknowledge you. Brother Asaki, thank you for sharing my program and everything. Uh, crisscross. But baby sister, much love to you also. I thank you guys. Bye. Take care. Hmm. Mommy,